Welcome. Just my opinions, and this is not the smallest wheel. This is like your second season of riding sort of size wheel. So it's a wheel smaller than this one. My number one reason to go riding at the smallest end of the wheel, even as an adult or whoever, is you get to experience all the effects through to the end of the effects of the wheel. You can push that wheel, that small wheel, to the limits of what it can do. Now, I'm not saying to do that, but I'm saying that at the lower speeds that wheel can do, you will experience all the 10 levels, like a Space Invader game. What happens at level 10? What is going to happen to you as a rider? You don't, I'm not saying don't, but it's like, to go in and buy mid-tier modern wheel, a big fast wheel that is going to end up maybe being where the wheel that you end up having, and you can afford it now. Why don't you just get that one and bypass the small wheel to begin with? That's my number one reasoning, is that with that smallest of the small wheel that you can find, the very smallest wheel, you get all the experiences through to the end of the game. What happens at the end of the game? If you're on a wheel that does 125 hot dogs a second, you are not going to experience what happens at level 7, 8, 9 and 10 because you've never got there. And you're not going to get there until you're doing a speed that if it goes wrong because you have no idea and your body isn't adapted to it's muscle memory, a lot of it, and it does require building up to. And so that's my number one reason. You can get to the end of the effects on a small wheel, and at level 10 on a small wheel, when if it's a good wheel and it's got tilt back, people criticize little air wheels or whatever, but those wheels have tilt back that I have experienced. I've had one and it worked. Tilts you back when it's like it can't go any quicker and it's beeping, and you can get to experience wobbles and all that with the wheel and all those effects, and how to stop yourself from over twisting, and I've talked about that. And even on the smallest of the tiniest wheels, you're still going fast. You hit the pavement. And this is why I wear every piece of gear I can, and I'm still looking now to upgrade after my last fall, and I wasn't going very quick. So yeah, that's the big reason. You get to level 10 on a smallest wheel, and the speeds that you're going, as I say, it's fast enough, and at those speeds to hit all those effects, like wobbling out, at like faster than you can run. And it's not, you don't want that to be 80 k's an hour. Have you got any idea what happens to your skin at that speed? It's like that, that's very serious. I'm talking quite serious. I've ridden everything from motorised everything my whole life from when I was very young, and so all the way through I've built and driven hovering bikes and all sorts of things, and so I've built myself up to making this look easy, and it's reasonably not too hard, but it takes time to build up those skills so you don't get seriously hurt. And I'm being very careful, and I'm still, I've still taken some hurts that could have been a lot worse, and so it does take a lot of caution. Hence my saying, the reasoning for going for the smallest wheel is you get to level 10, you get to experience every single effect that wheel can offer you, and that's most of them, and almost all effects will be in that smallest wheel. There are some slight changes as you go up the weight and size scale, but it's like, the bulk of it, right up to here is at that end. So